to maximize our impact using the very short window of opportunity, where the interest towards Ukraine was enormous.
And how the experience of Ukrainians can be useful in Ukraine, but also for the Europe. So they are basically interested in this exchange of the experiences.
As you know, the next office will be opened in France, so we're looking forward to more exact dates and information about that.
Hello and welcome to Ukraine in Flames, a special project by Ukraine Media Center and NGO Euro-Atlantic Course. And I'm your host, Myroslava Yarenki. The first representative office of the Ukrainian Institute opened in Berlin 2 months ago and will contribute to a better understanding of Ukraine in German society and popularize Ukrainian culture. In today's episode, we've talked to all 4 employees of the Ukrainian Institute in Berlin to learn about their experience so far, hear their vision and cultural plans for future diplomatic representation of Ukraine abroad. If you want to learn more about this subject, please continue watching this video and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our videos in the future. Germany is one of the priority countries in the Ukrainian Institute's activity and is an important European partner of Ukraine. At the same time, German audiences have limited knowledge about Ukrainian culture and history, which moreover is often perceived through the lens of Russian interpretation. However, the Russian invasion of Ukraine further strengthened the sympathy of German audiences for Ukraine and their willingness to learn more about Ukrainian culture. Head of the representative office of the Ukrainian Institute in Germany, Kateryna Rietz-Rakul, will elaborate more on that.
So the idea to open a foreign representative office is inherent to an institution, to a cultural institution of the kind. Right, so Ukrainian Institute has a goal to promote Ukrainian culture abroad and to facilitate cultural dialogue, which means obviously that we have to open representative offices abroad. And another question which is posed often to us is, why would we open a first representative office in Germany? And what are our plans? Why Germany? Because Germany is one of the key partners in the European Union for Ukraine, and nothing happens in European Union without Germany. Germany is also one of the largest countries of the European Union, and Ukraine is on the path to integration into European Union, which makes it quite obvious why we chose Berlin. And even though we are situated in Berlin, we work through the whole Germany. And potentially in whole German-speaking, in all German-speaking countries, including Austria and Switzerland. So after the full-scale invasion, we all felt the need to act as soon as possible and to open the representation in Berlin. So we started to looking for possible forms for us to start working immediately to maximize our impact using the very short window of opportunity, where the interest towards Ukraine was enormous. And we managed to find partners, Goethe Institute and Open Society Foundation, who made it possible to open a representative office already this year in Berlin. And now we are working with a team of 4 people in Berlin.
The presence of Ukraine in the cultural environment of the world is a matter of national security, and cultural diplomacy is one of the key areas of foreign policy. At the same time, the demand of foreign audiences for deeper knowledge about Ukraine and its culture has significantly increased. Communication manager of the Ukrainian Institute in Germany, Zoryk, will share with us how their 2 months of work were perceived by German society.
Yeah, we already spent 2 months in the working like a Ukrainian Institute in Germany here, and we had a lot of projects here, exhibitions, theater, panel discussions, and the feedback we received mainly from the German audience that they are still interested in the topic of Ukraine, but maybe not from the war perspective, but from the perspective of this resistance and resilience experience of Ukrainians. In our case, it's an experience of the Ukrainian artists, how they are working, how they are creating in the war. And especially another topic which is really interested for a German audience is how to the topic of rehabilitation and reintegration of the people who were at the war, of the soldiers in the society, and also like how it will take place in the future after the war, after we hope we will win, and how the experience of Ukrainians can be useful in Ukraine, but also for the Europe. So they are like basically interested in this exchange of the experiences. And they also have an interest how to integrate Ukraine in a global context, because we have like a lot of experience, not only now, but also in last centuries, which we can really good integrate in the global context with other countries. So we are also now trying to focus on in our work for on the searching for these platforms where we can share experience also with other countries, with other folks and nationalities. So this was like a first feedback from this 2 months of work here in Germany.
The world's unprecedented attention to Ukraine opens up new opportunities for cultural diplomacy. The strategy of the Ukrainian Institute envisions the establishment of foreign branches in key European countries, on which the team has been working closely with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and embassies of Ukraine for a long time. Understanding the urgency of the challenges caused by the full-scale invasion, they have developed a transitional model of representation, a project office which will start now and will eventually develop into a full-fledged branch of the Ukrainian Institute in Germany. Communication manager of the Ukrainian Institute in Germany, Natalia Druhak, will tell us about plans and projects that Ukrainian Institute is preparing for the future.
I guess it's a big challenge for us, for our team, to jump into the really busy season of activities, because most of the activities that are made now in Germany have been planned for a long time by the office in Kyiv before the Berlin office was opened, and there are a lot of activities, projects, events that are already happening, and we since the beginning of our work we needed to manage the project, to organize the events, but at the same time to plan activities for the next years, to make a strategy, to understand what will work specifically in German context. And at the same time, we are trying to develop the guidelines, how our two offices, headquartered in Kyiv and in Berlin, can cooperate, can complement its activities. And this experience would be helpful, I guess, for the other offices that will be open, we hope, in the nearest future, maybe in several years, we don't know. But as far as we know, the next office will be opened in France. So we're looking forward to more exact dates and information about that. It was mentioning that Ukrainian Institute has already implemented several, not only projects, but long-time programs abroad. For example, the lateral year of Austrian-Ukrainian culture, it was in 2019, and also Ukrainian Spring in France, and a long program in London. So even without foreign offices, Ukrainians would already have strong connections with cultural institutions abroad and have experience. But when we speak about opening the foreign offices with a permanent team working outside, it also opened great opportunities for us to be more involved, immersed in the foreign context, and also to make our activities more sustainable and to bring more effects to our work and to the development of perception of Ukraine and Ukrainian culture abroad.
Over the past 4 years, the Ukrainian Institute organized 18 events and projects in Germany. Among them are film screenings, theater readings and performances, visual art exhibitions, artistic residences, concerts of modern and classical music, literary events, etc. Vitalina Buran, project manager of the Ukrainian Institute in Germany, will elaborate on the directions of the new projects that Ukrainian Institute is and will be implementing soon.
Actually, all of the directions that we have in Ukrainian Institute that are represented in Kiev are represented in Berlin, in Germany as well. It's a little bit difficult for us because we are only 4 people in the team, like 5 with the person who administrates the finances. But still, we are on the close contact with our sectoral managers from Kiev, and yes, we have lots of directions, and I guess we have a nice selection of projects for this year. We have art projects, and it includes cinema. For example, this year, Ukrainian Institute took part in Berlinale and in the Go East Festival. We have music, which was represented by our participation in CO Pop Festival and in Jazz Ahead Festival. We have performative arts right now, or no, I'm sorry. I guess it was yesterday, the big Berlin Theater Festival Theatertreffen was ended. And for the nearest future in this year, we have also cooperation with André Erlin. He is a director, and we are going to partner with him in his performance, Revolution Starves the Children to Death. I guess it's very important to mention that we have to talk not about directions, because direction is a form. We have also topics, our main topics, which we have to follow from year to year in our work. And for example, in this year, we have the topic of raising awareness in Germany to the question of genocide. I'm sorry, not genocide, but Holodomor. And this performance with André Erlin, the Revolution Starves its Children to Death, is dedicated to this topic. Of course, we have our focus on academical research, and we are trying now to get in contact with the representatives of think tanks, of different actors in the academic sphere. And we are trying to understand how we as state institution could be or might be useful in this sphere. It's not that actually we're adapting the materials of Ukrainian artists or something like that to the German context. We are rather selecting those types of texts, performances and music which could be and will be interesting for a German audience, and which can be perceived maybe in an easier way for the German audience.
You've been watching a special project by Ukraine Media Center and Euro-Atlantic course dedicated to the Russian-Ukrainian war, Ukraine in Flames. In the description under this video, you can find information on how you can help Ukraine fight Russian aggression. If you find our work useful, please like and share this video. Slava Ukraini!